Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Well, on the 1st of September, we have Gloria Estefan's birthday. Now, Gloria Estefan, she's sometimes called Gloria Estefan by British people. Her birthday's coming up. She, as you know, is a very famous Latino singer, best known for her time, and I think she founded the Miami Sound Machine. She's a very nice singer. It's strange, in the UK, we are known for mispronouncing people's names. I still remember Whitney Houston, and then suddenly one day in the media she became known as Whitney Houston, and then Cyndi Lauper. One day that was corrected and she became Cyndi Lauper. I'm not sure whether it's because we try to copy America or whether we just become aware that we're pronouncing things incorrectly. But somewhere in history, Gloria Estefan, that I loved when I was growing up, she became Gloria Estefan. And then when I lived in Spain and became more familiar with the Spanish language, I realized that her name is actually Gloria Estefan. So I'm pleased that the British media have corrected themselves on that. We often don't get names correct. Anyway, in these days of the internet, there's no reason why we can't get correct pronunciations. Everything's at the click of a button. I love Gloria Estefan or Estefan. In fact, when I was in Spain, it was nice to hear all of her hits again because she's not really played so much in the UK. And the other thing is, even when we do hear her music here, it's only her English music. So I was able to listen to all of her Spanish stuff when I was in Spain as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about her today. And the reason why we're talking about her isn't just because her birthday is coming up, but it's because I'm going on holiday. You see, there's an urban myth. I'm not sure where this came from. It may actually have been a quote from Miss Estefan herself. But she had a terrible accident. Do you remember the tour bus accident? Well, there were two. There was a jet ski accident where she wasn't harmed, and there was a tour bus accident where she damaged her back, and they had to put in metal poles or metal, I'm not sure if they're actually metal, but some kind of ferrite rod into her back while she was recovering. And she often joked that whenever she goes through airport security, the alarm always bleeps. You know, those scanners we have to walk through. So whenever I go on holiday and I'm thinking of walking through those security scanners to see if you're carrying anything metal, when she did that, the scanners would always bleep because she had those metal rods in her back. So whenever I go on holiday, I always think of Gloria Estefan. I'm not sure whether she said that as a joke or whether someone created that as a joke. But anyway, as you know, I get quite nervous going on holiday. So, yeah, somebody certainly said that. Yeah, one of her most famous hits, of course, was The Rhythm Is Gonna Get You. And, well, the rhythm didn't get her, but the accident certainly did. That was very sad, wasn't it? She gave an interview a couple of years ago reflecting on how her 1990 near-death bus crash changed her life. She says, I was taking a nap on the bus, trying to be fresh for the show that night, and suddenly I was lying on the floor, not able to stand up. She says here that she was looking at the ceiling, saying, "Oh, what happened?" with excruciating pain. Estefan, 62, says, recalling the accident over a Zoom video chat from her home office, Miami, where she and husband Emilio, 67, are isolating during the pandemic. Yeah, so she was basically saying that she was taking this nap and then suddenly she couldn't stand up. She was remembering all of this during a Zoom video chat. She says there was definitely a before and after moment. She says, even though I wouldn't want to go through it again, I learned a lot about just living day to day. And then she talks about her son Naib, who's 39. Oh, doesn't time pass quickly? And she's got a daughter who's 25. And then she says, maybe this is the reason that I've gone through this. Maybe I can be an example to people of how to take control of our lives and get past hurdles. Oh, I hate that. You know, when actors begin to tell us how they've been through things and how it's changed them. I mean, I'm a bit cynical because, of course, they just want the publicity, don't they? But she goes on to talk about faith and how it's helped her. I'm not so sure that she realizes the only reason we love her is because of her music. We don't really need her insight into life. Anyway, she says, after my accident, I couldn't imagine going from being almost paralyzed to walking again. She says, I made myself short-term goals to accomplish. Oh, really? Oh, well. Nice for her. There's a picture of her here holding up a little gramophone, which is clearly an award that she got at some point. And then she says, I never got into music for fame. I did it because I love music. And it's been the thing that has gotten me through the toughest times of my life. Yeah. Well, the more I read, the more cynical I'm becoming. There's a picture here of her with Emilio Estefan. That's the husband, isn't it? Oh, she's looking very old there. Yeah, like a typical Spanish mama. But she's no spring chicken, is she? I mean, she'll be 62 now. Yeah, so she's 10 years older than I am. But do you remember she had that other accident, didn't she? In 1995. And that's where her powerboat, apparently her and the husband Emilio, were on their boats, and something happened. I don't know exactly what, but the pilot of the boat, the man who was driving it, we call the marine pilot, you know, the captain basically, he was thrown forwards and ended up in the boat's propeller. Yeah, there was only Emilio, Gloria, and the pilot on this 33-foot vessel. Oh, I'm not good with the metric system. I don't know what 33 feet actually is. I'll let you calculate that. But anyway, in 1995, this is 5 years after the tour bus accident, this poor man dies. But anyway, getting back to her serious spinal injury, at that point she was promoting her hit album Cuts Both Ways. And her tour had to end at that point when her bus collided with a tractor trailer. Actually, I liked Miami Sound Machine. That was known as Miami Latin Boys before it was known as Miami Sound Machine. And that's where John Cicada came from. Do you remember John Cicada? He was her drummer, I think, or backup singer. And he had that hit. What did he sing? Just Another Day Without You, I think it was. Otro día más sin verte in Spanish. Yes, yes. Um, yeah, so very sad, very sad. And the guy who died, let's see, in that terrible accident as her boat pilot was very sad also. And someone else died in that accident as well, I think. There's something here saying that a university law student died in the waters when his passing a watercraft, whatever that is, I think that must be one of those small speedboats, collided with Gloria Estefan's boat, and he fell into the boat's propellers. Okay, so we have two different stories here. One is saying that the pilot of that boat died by falling into the propellers, and another one here is saying that actually no, it was a student that ran into her boat and hit the propellers. So I'm not sure which one, or maybe both of those are correct, but anyway, very sad, very sad. So her birthday's coming up, and yeah, reminding me of airport security. That's another thing I don't like, airport security. But I do like to listen to Gloria Estefan while I'm waiting to go through those scanners. It seems appropriate somehow. I don't know why. Yeah, so her birthday's coming up. So happy birthday to Gloria on the 1st of September. I'm getting a little bit nervous about my trip to the Netherlands next week. I'm really not good flying. I'm actually okay until they close the door on the aeroplane. And that's the point where a little voice inside begins to say, "What? They're closing the door? Why would they do that to me? Why would they want to close the door? We're only going to the Netherlands, for goodness sake." So, yeah, a little bit worrying. I've not flown for a while now, so it'll be interesting to see if the airlines have changed. And of course, there's always one drunk person, isn't there? So no doubt I'll have to sit through somebody who's drunk before they get taken away by the police, either before the boarding happens, or there'll be a fight with the air hostess about bags being carried. There's always someone, isn't there, who has too many bags, and she walks around, the air hostess, with those little boxes to make sure that everyone's bag is the right size. It's like a bit of cardboard. It's a template, and they set it over the bag, and then they tell you if your bag is not right, or if it's okay, the correct size. So that's always an issue, isn't it? And yeah, they've got hard jobs, haven't they, the airline staff? I do love what they wear, though. They're always very smart, but I keep having to remind myself that they're not there just for my entertainment. They are actually doing a job. And that's it. So, yeah, I'll catch you all again soon. I wish you all a wonderful day, and take care. Thank you, and goodbye.